Hi everybody, Andy here with etrailer.com. Let's take a look at this TRED collapsible trash can. Now this 16-gallon collapsible trash can is going to help you keep your RV or campsite clean and tidy, and this will collapse or fold down for compact storage when you are not using this. Just to give you a close-up here, this does feature a sturdy internal frame, so I'm going to go ahead and open this here. And the zipper here is very strong. You've got two pulls here, zipper pulls, as you can see. So I think the zipper is going to hold up really well for you. And so let me go ahead and give you an overhead view. Hopefully you can have a good view of the inside there. So I mentioned that this has a sturdy internal frame. I'm going to pull these hook and loop fasteners back, and inside of these fasteners is a wire frame. So that's where the sturdiness comes from. So you can see that right here. And then I am going to push this down into the container. That's going to allow me to begin to fold this up. And then looking at the back here, I'm going to pull this zipper open here. And there's another internal frame that might be a little bit trickier for you to see. But again, here's some hook and loop fasteners, and there's a frame there, and I'm just going to push that frame up in the bag, and then that's going to allow me to collapse this. See, there we go. And so that's where the sturdy frame is, and so that's going to allow me to fold this up just like so, and then this is what it's going to look like when you are ready to store this. And let me give you another overhead look here just so you can see from that perspective. So when you're not using this, it's going to be very compact, and you're going to be able to store it virtually anywhere when it's not in use. And then when you are ready to use it, you'll just unfold it just like that and let that internal frame drop down. And again, I understand it's kind of hard for you to see what's going on the inside, but hopefully this kind of gives you an idea. So I pull that frame down, and then I'm going to use these fasteners then to keep that frame in place. So hopefully you can see that frame right there. And then what you can feel when you stick your hand through this opening is that liner on the inside that we'll talk about. So I've got that frame into place there. Then giving you another overhead look, I'm going to pull this frame back into place. And then just put the frame into these hook and loop fasteners then. And then that'll hold it in place, and it'll maintain its shape when it's not in the collapse position. Now the inside lining, this features a PEVA inner lining. Let me just pull this out here so you can see. So this is going to be tear resistant. It's going to be very easy to clean if you get it soiled in some way. I think you would be able to either take some wet cloths or maybe even hose it down and then let it air dry. But it's going to be very durable. That lining is going to be very durable. And the idea is, a bin like this would be good if, like, after a trip or after an activity, you're collecting your trash in bags. You take your trash bags that are full of trash, you tie it up, and then you throw it in here, and then you'll secure the full bags of trash with the lid, and then just transport this container with your full trash bags either to a trash can, a disposal, a place where you can dump your trash, or just to your home where you can dump the trash there. The idea is you can safely transport your trash without having to worry about wildlife getting into it or the elements or something like that. So let me go ahead and close this. Now, the outside of this is PVC. So again, very durable, very strong. It's going to resist the elements, and you're not going to have to worry about this easily tearing. And as I mentioned, the zippers are very rugged, and I think they're going to do a great job of keeping moisture and things like that from getting in. Or like I said, you're not going to have to worry about animals getting in this. It'll keep everything contained. So you see the outside, we got these handles here that's going to make transporting this very easy. And then here on the base, on the sides here, we have two D-rings on this side, two D-rings on this side. And the idea is you can run some stakes through there. You can have this secured to the ground. So it won't easily tip over, like in high wind conditions, or maybe even when you're filling it up. So it's going to be able to stay in place real well. And just to give you some overall measurements, I measured it earlier before our time together. The overall height from the top to the bottom, we're sitting pretty close to right at about 21.5 inches tall. And then the width and the length, if you want to call it that, it's going to be it's the same no matter what. It's going to be 14.5 square, so 14.5 by 14.5 inches. So you can see when those frames are in place, this is very sturdy. So it's not going to collapse on its own or anything like that. You're going to have to, as I showed you, move those frames out of position for this to collapse. But overall, it's a very durable container, and I think it's going to do a great job of keeping your trash all in one place, keeping it from being accessed easily by wildlife, animals, things like that. And then it'll let you take it to where you can safely dump that trash and not affect the environment or wildlife. Let me give you a view of the bottom. I don't think I showed you the bottom. Well, I think that's going to wrap up our look today. I do hope that our time together was helpful for you. Again, my name is Andy. Thank you for joining me.